Have you ever had that feeling like you're constantly running, but you're not even sure what the finish line is? Or maybe that your whole life has become this massive project you have to manage every single day? Well, today, we're going to dive into an idea that might just be the perfect antidote. The simple, yet really profound act of just being.
Just think about your own life for a second. The stress, the constant hustle, those never-ending to-do lists. What if that feeling of being completely overwhelmed isn't something that's just happening to you? What if, and this is a big what if, it's something you're actually creating? This quote puts it perfectly. We are the architects of our own magnificent, self-inflicted complexity.
Okay, so if we're really the ones building these prisons of complexity, how exactly are we doing it? Let's take a look at the blueprints we're all using, most of the time without even realizing it, to build these super elaborate structures inside our own heads.
Wow, yeah. This slide is basically a mirror to modern life, isn't it? We carry around these identities we've built, the good parent, the successful professional, the ambitious achiever. We spin these sprawling stories about our past and our future, and we end up running a race on a treadmill we designed ourselves. Our minds just get so cluttered with yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's worries that we're almost never just here.
It's what we're always told, right? Add more to your life. Get more skills, more connections, more stuff, more goals. But this question, it just flips that whole script. What if the secret to peace isn't about adding, but about subtracting? What if the real journey isn't about becoming more, but about unbecoming all the things that aren't actually you?
The answer to that question, well, it involves a huge shift in how we see things. This isn't about reaching for some new, enlightened state of mind. It's actually about returning to the ground we never really left in the first place. That simple, deep presence that's always been right here, just kind of waiting for us to notice it underneath all the noise. So what is this simplicity of being, really? Let's break it down. Imagine you're watching a movie. You're not the characters, you're not the drama, you're not the plot. You are the silent, aware presence that's just watching it all happen. That's being. It's the raw, unfiltered reality of this very moment, before your mind jumps in and slaps a story or a judgment on top of it. And look, this isn't some far-out, abstract idea. It's as real and as tangible as the warmth of the sun on your skin. Can you feel that right now without needing to decide if it's good or bad or wishing it would last forever? That direct experience, without the mental chatter, that's it. That's the feeling of just being. This metaphor just perfectly captures our whole situation. We're like waves, frantically looking for the ocean, totally forgetting that we are the ocean. This feeling that we're a separate self, just a lonely little wave getting tossed around, that's where so much of our struggle comes from. Okay, but wait, if this state of being is so simple, so natural for us, why is it so hard to access? Well, the truth is, a part of us is actually terrified of it. Our minds, our egos, they put up a real fight against this because they're afraid of the quiet. They're afraid of the stillness, the bareness of it all.
Just look at this contrast. It's pretty stark. On the left, that's the mind we all know so well. The hustler, the defender, the striver, always trying to become something more. And then on the right, you have the state of being, the quiet observer that just allows and accepts. You can kind of see why the mind sees being as a threat, right? It's like telling a workaholic to take a permanent vacation. It just doesn't know what to do with itself.
And this is the question that really gets us, doesn't it? Who am I without my story? We've spent our entire lives building this identity, this precious collection of thoughts and memories and dreams. The thought of letting all of that go, even for just a moment, can feel like you're stepping off a cliff. And that deep, primal fear, that's the real reason we resist the beautiful simplicity of just being.
So where do we go from here? How do we face that fear without turning it into yet another big project for the mind to tackle? Well, here's the beautiful part. You don't have to fight. The path to being isn't a struggle at all. It's just a gentle invitation to come back home to what you already are. I want you to see these not as steps you have to achieve, but more like gentle reminders. Let's actually try a little of this right now. Can you just pause? No need to fix anything or figure anything out. Just stop. Now just bring your attention to a physical feeling, maybe your breath. Just feel it rising and falling. And as you do that, see if you can notice the little gaps of silence between your thoughts. The invitation is simply to rest right there in that quiet, open space.
And maybe the most freeing part of all this is realizing you don't need a special cushion or a silent retreat or some guru to find this. The door is always open, right here, right now. And the key is already in your pocket. It's your own body, your own breath, your aliveness. That's your anchor to the now.
So what's the payoff? What actually happens when we start to live from this space more often? It's not about floating around on some cloud of bliss. It's something way more profound. Our ordinary, everyday life starts to transform into something, well, extraordinary.
I mean, just imagine this for a second. Washing the dishes is no longer a chore to rush through, but it becomes this dance of warm water and smooth plates. Your daily walk to the mailbox is a journey through light and shadow. You listen to a friend not to think of what you'll say next, but to actually hear them. Even pain isn't an enemy to fight anymore, but a raw sensation that you can hold in this spacious awareness. That's what it means to live life like a ceremony.
And it's so important to get this. This is not about becoming passive or just letting life happen to you. It's actually the opposite. It's about taking action from a place of deep clarity and power. Think about it. Are you more effective when you're reacting out of stress and frantic energy, or when you're responding from a calm, centered presence? Action that comes from being flows from a sense of wholeness, not from a sense of lack. This final metaphor, wow, it just brings everything home so perfectly. We spend our whole lives obsessing over the painting, the drama, the story, the successes, the failures. And the whole time, the deep peace we were looking for, it was always the blank canvas itself, that silent, aware space that was holding everything. So you see, this whole journey isn't about becoming more or better. It's really a journey of unbecoming. It's about gently, moment by moment, letting go of all the layers of identity and stories that we've mistaken for our true selves.
And so, I'll just leave you with this. What if all the searching, all the striving, has been based on one big misunderstanding? What if you're not broken? What if you don't need fixing? What if, right now, in this very moment, you are already whole, you are already home, you are already here?